Local stories, local voices, only on localwebradio.fm.
This is your Spotlight on Business on the Semiahmoo Peninsula.
Yes, it's James Martell here, and I am your host. And today we'll be turning the business spotlight on Tracy Wattie, CEO of Brabeia, Inc., a leading-edge high-tech company located here in White Rock. Brabeia uses a combination of advertising, social media, and contests to offer businesses an opportunity to expose their products and services to a large audience. And on the flip side of this, it gives local area residents and visitors to the Semiahmoo Peninsula and beyond the opportunity to get to know these businesses by using the Brabeia technology to easily enter contests to win prizes from local businesses ranging anywhere from gift cards to Brown Social House, Starbucks, Home Depot, Bed Bath & Beyond, and BC Lions 3 game packs, and a lot more. Now, Tracy, it's so good to be talking with you today, and I'm very excited to discover yet another high-tech company located here on the peninsula. Very, very good to have you on the call.
Well, thanks, James. I'm excited to participate with you here.
It never ceases, Tracy, to amaze me how many high technology companies are located here on the peninsula. I seem to run across companies all the time. Yours is very unique, though. And before we talk about Brabeia, so that our listeners can get to know you a little bit better, could you take a couple minutes and tell us about yourself and your connection to the community?
I have lived in White Rock for about going on 8 years now, and I have had another business in the community. I love White Rock. I think it's a beautiful community. It's a great place to work. I think a lot of technology companies do come to White Rock because you can walk to and from work and enjoy the environment, and that's why I really like it. And I actually really push to keep Brabeia in White Rock because it's a great community.
It really is, and it's a great place to call home, and we're literally located just around the corner from you. And this show now, it's called Spotlight on Business because we've learned that every business really does have a story, and I know Brabeia has a story, and I'd love to hear, in depth, take us back to the kernel of the idea and tell us how the company got started, where the ideas came from, and bring us current to today.
So the idea came from actually two young guys out having some fun and thought of a couple ideas, and one of them called me, and obviously my background is business, and we started to have a discussion about what it is the concept was, but they didn't really have a significant understanding from a business perspective on how to make that idea come to fruition. So between their very creative and exuberant idea, I began to work with them on honing into a concept and developing something that is basically a sellable product in sort of the new age of social media. Contest marketing isn't new. It actually goes back thousands and thousands of years in a variety of different ways. But so we took the idea and we built it into a business concept. We've had the evolution of contests to merge into social media, which is where the vast majority of public seem to live these days, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So we've evolved in that way, but we've also created our own social media avenue, our own chat room where people come, they talk about either the contesting concepts that they want to see, whether they've won, what they won. And so we're developing our own community, not actually much different than Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram being the three most popular. And that is a significant part of where we're evolving to. And it's a very exciting time where we're about to launch some very exciting technology over the next 3 to 4 weeks, and hope to have that global by September.
That's very exciting, and just another good example of some of the technology companies that are really growing in the Peninsula area here. I have a tendency to frequent the coffee house over on 152nd or Johnston Road. It seems to be a real hot spot for technology guys. I'll be sitting in there having lunch, and there will be somebody who walk in and talk about a company they're working on, or the last time I was in there, a professor walked in from the University of British Columbia and introduced himself as a rocket scientist. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay. Well, he hands me his business card. We pull up the website. Sure enough, they're working on technology to launch rockets into space off of Vancouver Island. Mm-hmm. And this is all, it's based out of the university, but a lot of what's going on behind the scenes is being developed here in White Rock. So let's do this. Let's talk a little bit, if we could, about this from a business perspective. So the business owner side, of course, all businesses are looking to generate new customers and new clients through the door for the most part. Of course, there's the flip side of this, which is the contest, which I think residents of the area are really going to be excited about getting involved in these contests. But let's start from the business side and talk about the clients that would use the Brabeia system.
So virtually, the Brabeia has been built to be able to accommodate any brand. Whether you're a car dealership, we're looking at working with a casino chain. We've worked with car dealerships, medical clinics, tire companies. The vast array of clients that this can work for is significant. Because it's not, as long as we're using the brand, it's about brand recognition, it's about getting people to see your name, your brand, and having an action to remember that. So you're not just looking at something on a piece of paper, a name on a piece of paper. You're actually looking at a concept, you're clicking through, reading contest rules about that particular company and the prize that they're offering. Then you're coming to the end and you're having the opportunity to go and see them on Facebook, go and look at their website, go to Twitter, go to Instagram, or again, chat in our own chat room. So it's more than just seeing a name on a piece of paper. It really is an action that you're doing, which we all know by doing, you recall a lot more. And so the more people are coming to our site, I'm going to use Tirecraft for an example. Nobody knew who Tirecraft was when we first started working with them. And but they're actually a massive company. They own 570 locations across Canada.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And so they're quite significant, but because they haven't had their brand out there in a significant way, people weren't recognizing it. And as soon as, over time, as people have seen their name either on our advertising carousel or in a contest or marketing through social media, people are coming to me and saying, I never knew they existed. Now I see them everywhere. And the client is very, very happy, and, as consistently, I think they've renewed their contract with us for about, I think we're going on month 7. And they're very, very happy because their brand is being recognized and people are participating through social media as well as on the contest in a significant way. Splashes is another local company, just, two local guys working their little hearts out, and they have a significant local company, And we go to trade shows and people are like, oh, splashes, I've seen that contest. And so people are starting to recognize and see brands, Brabeia, but also the clients that we are trying to showcase, that we're marketing and for. And it's so significant because that's the goal, is so that people know if they're thinking about cars, you want your dealership to be the one that they're thinking about, or a car wash or tire company. That's our goal.
It's so true, and I found that exact experience with local web radio as well. We'll be out in the community, and you'll spot a company, and you may have driven by that company 100 times, like Splashes in your example. And you go to Brabeia.com, and they're one of the contests that they're running is right on the front page there. And if you don't know where Splashes is, and I've used them before with one of my cars, and it's just a great business. But it's amazing how once you hear it, or you see it, or you come across it in some way, such as the way you're talking about, and the next thing you know, you're out and you're driving by, and it's like, there they are, and you may have driven by them 100 times, but now that you've had that connection because you've seen them on the Brabeia site, and you've entered that contest, and you've got a little bit more of an interaction with them, the next time you drive by one of these companies that you may not have even noticed before, you get that instant recognition, which is one of the reasons I think your idea is brilliant. Now, I can see we are up against the break. I'm here with Tracy Wattie from Brabeia, and when we get back, we'll talk a little bit about the name of the company and a few other questions. Plus, we'll get into how to join and enter these contests. We'll do that right after the break.
More Spotlight on Business after a quick word from our sponsors.
Buying or selling a home on the Semiahmoo Peninsula? Catch up on local market conditions on This Week in Real Estate with Lance and Connie Marples from Sutton West Coast Realty on localwebradio.fm.
If you're struggling with a dental or oral health issue, be sure to catch the Healthy Smiles Oral Health Show with Dr. Norm Ickert on the Health Channel on localwebradio.fm.
Shopping for the lowest mortgage rate? Looking to refinance?
Catch the Mortgage Newscast with Jared Dreyer
On the Business Channel
on localwebradio.fm.
Now back to Spotlight on Business.
All right, we're back with Tracy Wattie from Brabeia, and we're talking about their new technology to run contests and the way that they interact with businesses and local area residents, and also those coming into the community through the high season here in the summer. You'd actually mentioned that to me before we got on the call yesterday, that in the White Rock South Surrey area, you said something like 10 or 15, 20,000 additional people come into the area because it's summer?
I believe in White Rock, the numbers are something like 50,000 people come over the summertime and visit the beach. So I think it's fairly significant amount of people for sure.
Yes, I can attest to that, and I think the parking down on the beach will actually prove that out, because it's usually hard to find, and there's a fair bit of parking. So Let's talk about the name. Where did you come up with the name Brabeia?
Well, originally our name was Prize Box Entertainment, and the two young gentlemen that were thinking of the concept came with the name. Because I'm affiliated with a law firm, one of the things that I had put in place right away was trademark and patents on the technology as we evolved. But we were unable to secure trademark for Prize Box Entertainment in the U.S. or any other part of the world. We do have trademark for Prize Box in Canada, but based on where we're taking the company from a global perspective, it's very important to, A, have patents on the technology, but B, also have trademark. So we got our team together. We have a wonderful team. We got our team together. We did a lot of brainstorming, lots of roundtable. And we actually went to the Greek route of contest, prize. So we went into a different realm that most people wouldn't think of. And Brabeia actually means a place to host a contest in Greek. And when you actually Google Brabeia, if you scroll down to the bottom of the first page, you'll see some of the art that we've done. But you'll also see an actual Brabeia where they used to host contests, the horse and javelin contest or whatever it is, in the early Greek days. And that's where we came up with the name. And a vote of 29 people to all agree that that's an interesting brand to evolve with.
Very interesting. Very interesting to hear where that came from. Now let's do this. Could you tell, as far as companies go, you've mentioned Splashes, you've mentioned Tirecraft. What other types of companies are involved? And maybe you could explain for listeners who are interested in joining these contests how they would go about doing that and some of the prizes that are available.
So we have our local museum. We've been running contests for about 6 months, I believe. Again, that's to bring awareness to their brand and to entice, especially a younger population, to come in, check out the museum. And we have actually a produce company that we have on our contest page, and they actually distribute produce all through North America. We have had a vast array of clients. We talked about a few earlier. And to start a contest, it's really not that difficult. What we generally do is we meet with all of our clients. We talk about their goal, because all of our clients have a different goal in mind. Some are trying to increase their Facebook awareness, some all social media. Some are about brand awareness, such as Tirecraft. They just want to get their brand out to as many people as possible. So we sit down, we discuss what the goal of each individual company is. We determine that. We determine a budget. And Brabeia has been created to accommodate just about any type of budget. We've had clients that have come in and they've run a contest for a $75 Starbucks card. And we've had Tirecraft ran a $4,000 trip to Ireland that was drawn on St. Patrick's Day. So it's very flexible from a budgeting standpoint. We can create a contest and it can run on our system and have a small prize that's relatively reasonable for any budget. And we can add in services. We can run marketing strategies. We can create posts. We can create content marketing for a variety of companies, roofing companies, law firms, tire companies. We've done a vast array of designing and content for our clients. So basically, we sit down, we determine what it is the client is looking for in the budget, and we can create any type of contest using the brand. It's really about the brand itself, and if you use someone's brand in an appropriate way, and people will just see it, and you said so yourself with Splashes, you see those things. In Tirecraft, people see, because we've used that brand. We haven't just used Times New Roman to put Tirecraft on there. We've used their logo, we've used their brand in order to get that recognition.
You bet. Then on the flip side, for the public here, for those who live, in this particular case, in the White Rock South area, or the peninsula as we call it, Of course, listeners can also go and join these contests or enter these contests. How does somebody go enter a contest from the consumer side?
So our end users can go to Brabeia.com, and they go on enter a contest. So we have currently we have two. You can enter a contest, which are all the contests that we've custom designed. And you click on, there's an enter button. You click on that enter button. There's full contest rules that are created by our council for each and every contest. Full contest rules. You read through those contest rules. If you agree, you click agree, and you move to the next step. If you disagree, it will take you out of the contest. But in this case, we're agreeing. And you put in your email address. We don't ask for a bunch of personal information. We really don't want it. We take the email address, and you're entered into the contest. It's that simple. It really takes about 2 seconds. And once you've entered, a box comes up and it says, thank you for entering whatever contest you entered. And that gives you the opportunity to go and say, if it's splashes, to go and like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter. You can go to their website to find out more about their company. We've actually found that our advertising carousel has really provided a great avenue for our clients, because when the end user sees a new client, they generally go and they check out the company before they even enter their contest. And in our data that we have, we know that to be true, because it takes each client a little bit of time to get to the level of other clients. And that is because you have to build that trust and integrity with the end user. They want to make sure that their information isn't being used inappropriately, whether that's email or any other information. So we don't actually provide any personal information to our businesses. We provide data based on how many people have entered, the geographical area that they've entered from, and a variety of information based on numbers rather than any personal information of an end user.
I'm also the host of the School of Internet Marketing podcast and the founder of the School of Internet Marketing. So I live in this space that you talk about. And I must say that what I've seen you do, and in combination what Splashes has been up to from a marketing point of view, is absolutely brilliant. So my hat's off to you for that.
I appreciate that.
The way that you've integrated contests with advertising and social media, I think is going to be a lot of fun for us consumers on that side, and for business owners who are looking for ways to further their reach, expand their audience, build new clients and customers through the door. I think this is an ideal solution to have a real serious look at, especially in this era of social media and the internet. Now, Tracy, if someone is interested in learning more about the Brabeia services, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
You can call our office at 604-560-1455, or you can email me at info@brabeia.com. Those are the two best ways to connect, and we're happy to set up a meeting and have a discussion about what we can do for a brand, and how we can help get your name out there in a significant way.
Tracy, I can see we are out of time. Again, you can also learn more at Brabeia.com, and if I may spell that, that is www.brabeia.com. That's brabeia.com. And if you've enjoyed learning about Tracy and her company, Brabeia, I invite you to subscribe to the community channel here on localwebradio.fm to be alerted each time we shine the spotlight on another local business. Tracy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, James. Thank you for your time.
You've been listening to Spotlight on Business on the Semiahmoo Peninsula, brought to you by jammedia.com. Jammedia.com, your local web marketing experts.
On your computer, on your smartphone, on your Wi-Fi radio. We're localwebradio.fm.